Welcome to a beautiful sunny day in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, as we are on the Atlantic Ocean coast, the Halifax Harbor in the background. A lovely day. Better to head inside to the Scotiabank Centre here in the city, founded in 1749 by Honorable Edward Cornwallis of England. The Ford World Men's Curling Championship enters the Scotiabank Centre for 2015. Fans piling in for a full draw. 4 games in action. Luke Coley with Anne Swisshelm as we see Canada taking on China, as it is Zhang Jialiang and China taking on Pat Simmons and Team Canada. It will be a raucous building here today as Team Canada in our feature matchup.
It should be a great game this afternoon, Luke.
Well, the team's just heading out onto the playing surface being introduced. Some young curling fans waving the maple leaf. As we get set for this 4th draw, it's been an interesting start. We'll see that as we go through where some teams are shaping up early on. But an important game for China. They played pretty well in their first game. They battled against the reigning world champions in Thomas Ulsrud. As we'll get a chance here, meet the teams.
And representing Team Canada, Nolan Deason. Playing second, Carter Rycroft. Throwing third stones, John Morris. And skip of Team Canada, Pat Simmons.
And their opponents, the young Chinese team with their lead, Wang Qinbo. Second, Ba Duxin. And their third, Zhao Dujia. And their skip, his first time skipping in a world championship, Zhang Jialiang. And the team out of Harbin, China. They'll take on Canada, and the team out of the Glencoe Curling Club in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. As we look at the standings here coming into draw 4, Italy and Japan atop the standings at 2-0, followed by Canada and Norway with just the 1 win, 1 game played. Czech Republic, Russia at 1-1, along with Sweden and Switzerland. China, US just with the 1 game played and a loss, and Finland, Scotland round things out at 0-2. They're both on the ice looking for their first victory.
It is a unique looking leaderboard to start off the week.
It is one of the first. Italy, a couple of surprise victories, but to ask them, wouldn't be. We'll take a look at the games. Finland, Scotland, one of those 2 teams will get their first win. Both at 0-2 there on Sheet A. Our feature game will be Sheet B. Sheet C, it's Norway, Thomas Ulsrud against John Schuster, who is at 0-1. Czech Republic takes on Japan, as Japan tries to move to 3-0, taking on Yuri Sneedl and Team Czech Republic. Not too many times you've looked at a leaderboard and saw Italy and Japan alone on top. It is still very early, but Italy has knocked off 2 curling giants.
Yeah, it's early in the week, but these young teams out of Italy and Japan have taken the ice by storm. And to go along with the weather yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit of snow came down yesterday here in Halifax, but a beautiful sunny day, as you saw on the top, off the top of the show. It's definitely warmed up a little bit, and hopefully the action on the ice can heat things up in Halifax, maybe melt some of the snow for the Blue Nosers here in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, and it should be a great game today with Team Canada facing off against Team China. Team Canada coming off an extra end win over the United States last night, an 11-10 victory in an unbelievably dramatic opening game for those 2 teams.
It's a tough one to start off. You saw after the game, Pat Simmons was looked exhausted. It was a marathon. He went out there and they both were going all rounds. No knockout there. They went back and forth.
Yeah, it was a complicated game that that Canada played against Team USA. There was lots of rocks in play. Every end, they were dealing with angles and really specific kind of shot making. So we'll see how Team Canada approaches this game with Team China today. Team China had a great opening game against the reigning world champions yesterday, Team Norway.
Well, when you look at their numbers as a team, curled 81%. Good numbers. Thomas Olsrud, in speaking with him after the game, he got up 3 points after 5 and thought he could sort of put it in cruise control, but they kept fighting back, and he had to make a great last shot in order to win the game.
Yeah, Team China really hung in there and generated a great score of 2 in the 9th end to pull within 1 and had the steals set up in 10, but a great shot and a unique spin of a rock for Team Norway gave them the victory over China. So now China opens up with the hammer after the draw shot challenge.
Nolan Thiessen will get us going to start this game as they wear their black with gray and red trim. Throwing the red stones.
Yeah, looking to put this rock right in the rings. See how China decides to deal with this first end.
There's a bit of difference between those two sides, I think.
Now this move doesn't surprise me. The first stone in that we're seeing the hit from Wang Qinbo.
Which will be his first hit of the World Championships, as he didn't throw a single one yesterday.
Look at you in the memory already, Anne Swisshelm. We are on day 2 of competition. And I think it might have been a different situation with that first stone going in. If Canada had the hammer, they might have put up the corner, go aggressive. Right now, just get into it. So we'll see Nolan out of the hack quickly. 3-time Canadian champion, his 3rd appearance.
Yeah,
His 2 previous were
world champion.
2 previous championships were with skip Kevin Cooey.
Did you break it?
No.
Yeah, it comes off in the slide.
I'll grab the other one. I'll grab one of the black ones. Here. Just grab Carter's. Yeah.
So Team Canada having an equipment malfunction that required John Morris to peel off that shot pretty early.
Well, trading hits.
Yeah, and this has got to be a bit of a relief for Team Canada to play a nice simple end to open.
Control. No, don't.
Carter Rycroft, a veteran. Last year decided he was going to take a step back from the game, and then he goes to win the Canadian Championship, and they changed their format. It's the first time a Canadian team got back to the Canadian, to the Canadian Championship, and then defended it.
Yeah, and this team didn't play the most aggressive season, but definitely had one of the most impressive showings at a national championship in Canada that I've ever seen.
Carter Rycroft, an Olympian, playing in 2002, a silver medalist.
Yeah, I played for Kevin Martin in 2002. Carter's been playing at a high level in the game for such a long time.
And Carter and his wife just another baby just recently, so that was part of the reason he was going to just focus on a little bit of family. He owns his own business, but decides, well, we win a Canadian Championship, I'll go play another year. Now he'll probably play another year.
Yeah, I think it was a really smart move.
Definitely. Definitely. 4 or 5 feet. And look where it got to. Look where it got to, too.
So with that hit and roll out by Team China, it gave Canada a really great chance to just have an open draw. You love those as an athlete. Just that no pressure, wide open, get comfortable with the ice, free draw.
基本上中间还是稍微有点掉。Control. Good screen, good screen. Yep. Good screen, boys. Good screen. Whoa. Clean. Clean.
Well, right on the beak, and
Yep,
just that lone stone as we look at the rules of play here at the World Championship. 6 ends minimum, a 160-second timeout, and 38-minute thinking time. That is a change this year in the rules. Anne knows that a little bit better, can explain.
The game used to be played on what was called running time, and that meant that whenever your team was in charge of the ice surface, your clock would be running. Now we've got what's called thinking time, and basically you are only charged, your clock is only running when you are thinking. When you are actively playing, your clock stops. So there is no time element to, or punishment to throwing a draw versus a hit.
Probably a little more weight.
And we've already seen a change in the game that allows teams to put more rocks in play and create more offense with this new time rules.
Well, little hit roll to the side. See all 4 sheets in action here from here on out in round robin play. 4 games this morning, just a 2-draw game, or 2-game draw, pardon me. The last of third stones, a Zhao Dujia.
Nicely done. Kept that rock out on the wings.
Gatorade bottles out there. So you guys normally get on us for that, so seeing if you get on everyone else.
Solid, close to normal. Solid control.
So the first rock here for skip Pat Simmons.
A chiropractor in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, not far from where the Ford World Women's Championship will be in Swift Current next year.
Yeah, back to Swift Current. We were there in 2010 and moved back there again next year.
Clean. No, no, no.
It's good curling country.
No.
The only province in Canada where it's their provincial sport. As they'll hit, roll out. So nothing in the rings here. First end to play.
Great.
Wider path, it was straight, yeah.
Yeah, that rock did run really straight there for Pat. Wasn't overthrown. It was nice control weight.
In the 8-foot, that'll curl up easy there, yeah.
Yeah, that sure didn't do much. We were right to the boom, full to the boom. But
Looked like it was.
Zhang Jialiang gets a free draw into the painted bits at the end of the rings.
我给点劲儿 ，clean clean clean clean，边去
哇
滑 ，no，
过去过去。
要擦是下线擦，
no 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 no，
我
有点大有点大，
力量大，力量大，13秒6，
13.6。
it's true, it's true.
Make sure it's out, though. Make sure it's out.
Interesting, you hear that.
Great choice by John Morris. John making sure the rock is out of the rings, but stays in play. And now Pat Simmons has a chance to freeze a rock down to it, making the blank just a little more complicated for Team China.
See just that one stone in there in that dead zone near the back. Stone that can be frozen to it.
Yeah, that was a situation where Team China was hoping for the rock to stop. I think they should have made sure that went all the way out of play and kept their life a little bit simpler.
Gotta go.
Line's a hair tight.
Hard everything. Hard everything.
Wait,
Line's
line's
not
good.
bad,
Line's
hard.
good. Room.
Line's good. Hard.
They go for weight. Line's good.
Hard.
Weight only. Line's great, boys. Line's great. Yep.
Hard.
Yep, hard.
Okay.
Well, they use almost all of the rings they can right down to it. Whew. Doesn't have to move it far to get it out. But the weight they can throw doesn't take much of a little mistake, though. Forces them to throw it.
Yeah, that was a significant sweep from end to end. Look at these guys working so hard. Real smart. The lead sweeper, Carter Rycroft, looking up, making sure, still communicating the whole way down the ice. Well placed shot.
So Zhang Jialiang. Final shot here of the first end.
Well, it's good we made him play kind of the unnatural turn at it, right? So.
Left to blank the end. Retain hammer.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa. Hey. Hey.
Clean, clean, clean.
Hey.
Hard.
Hey.
Well, got to push it out. Gets rid of everything, and they'll roll out. So a blank first end here. It's draw 4 action. Canada taking on China. China retains the hammer. We're through one end here from Halifax, Canada.
他进营的话，咱就往边去站一局，拿逆时站一局。
还是不让他扣分。
对对对，咱就后手双手咱就拿分，跟他慢慢往上沉。
Well, welcome back, end 2. It is China still retaining hammer after blanking the first.
I'll go talk to him then if you want. Okay.
A little discussion of the game plan here. Not sure if I saw an indication going in, going out in front. But looks like going top 4.
Yep, just verifying the tactics, how they want to approach this end, making sure all the players are on the same page.
Over curling a hair. Hard guys, hard guys.
Extra curl in there, is it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Threw that pretty good.
So not quite into the rings then, or as deep as they wanted in the rings, just top 8 foot. Now corner guard will go up. Wang Chinbo.
That gives China a chance to create some offense.
线路没问题，只是力量。3。clean， just clean， 还行啊，线路没问题。大德，你把那个蓝的瓶子拿过去，红瓶没事，那个蓝的不让。
So corner guard out in front. we'll look over sheet A, and it is Finland, Scotland, both without a win, and 2 finish stones in there. Ewan McDonald and the Scottish team with a lineup change. They bring in David Murdoch, their alternate, familiar face.
Olympic silver medalist from last year in Sochi. And McDonald needs a bit of the button in the first end, looking at 2 Finnish counters.
Well, nothing from the sweepers here. They're just wanting it to curl. Has to curl to get to the button. And just a bit heavy, goes back forefoot. Tough draw to start things off. Pretty close, but not good enough, as it's a steal of 1 for the Finnish side. Both sides looking for win number 1.
Back to our feature game. Wang Chinbo looking to corner freeze to the Canadian stone in the top, 12 foot.
Well, trying to get around that one. We'll touch it over.
It was a change of game plan in the middle of halfway down the sheet, and just got caught between 2 shots there.
That looks like way too much ice.
I think that's pretty close for half. Halfway, that should be real close. Halfway! Whoa! Whoa! Halfway!
Never.
Whoa!
Other way.
Yep. Yeah.
So the stone running on them just a little bit. They've decided to go to plan B.
Hey, that's fine.
把中间打开，要我打定，它中间还有站位。我是找外角，要打定中间还有站位。
So this was an interesting change of game plan from the far end of the ice here.
I try and get rid of that center line guard. It's still Canada lying 1-2. Couple of corners.
The Chinese skip wanted to play that the other direction, order to roll for a second corner and make the run back on the rock on the side of the 4.
Not like uber tight.
This gives Canada a chance to kind of block all of that off now.
Remember, quick spot. It's all there. It's all there. Quick Nolan, quick so boys.
Mine's good. Gotta go here. Halfway.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Thiessen and Morris.
Keep going. Go
Hard.
Yeah, might need to curl a hair.
Hard. Hard. Go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Close the hole off. Good. Good.
Oh, good sweeping. Great sweeping.
Working hard to get that rock in the right spot.
Do you think it was lighter, or do you think it was maybe the path a bit tighter?
Well, and you know, playing in World Championships and Olympic Winter Games, the first couple events, you have had practice on the ice, but there's always little differences when people get in the building and game flow and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the energy definitely changes as well, right? The energy from the crowd, you can feed off it. It can distract you. There's lots of things. And as the host country here, the crowd is really active in the game that in our feature game here. And that can give you energy. It can take you out of your game. But the other thing that happens in these early games is in these beautiful arenas, the ice is very new, or green as we say. And after the play of several draws, the ice settles in and it might subtly change just a little bit.
Let it work.
The ice we saw in the opening draw yesterday was some of the best first or second draws I've ever seen at a World Championships. So.
Well, guarding up that stone in the 4-foot. That's their shot stone there. There is room for a draw to get a point, but China's still trying to find a way to generate some offense here.
Yeah, the young skip really shouldn't have let his mind be changed by his second from the far end.
Well, run it back, pick that one off, roll it over off the center line. Very nice. The run backs that are prevalent in the game right now,
Yeah.
making that opens things up.
Yeah, the run backs in the game are just absolutely, they make it look easy. They make it look easy.
Great. If you played a little slower, well, that's very
Just a
much.
hair last, I think, Pat.
Speed should be closer.
They got just there or hair light.
Like two! Like two!
Wait only, room. Too much room. Too much room.
Top 8 only!
Whoa!
Nolan, you're in. Nolan,
Top 8 only!
Whoa, guys. Whoa, for a
you're
minute.
in. Mine's
Yeah,
not
go
bad.
ahead. Go ahead. You need
Mine's
it.
good.
Mine's real good now. Come on, come on. Come on. Fight for it. Fight for it.
Hard.
Keep going. Keep
Hard.
A little more.
Well, important placement. They go in behind. They don't go too deep.
That was outstanding communication and work of the brushes. Which sweeper's closest to the rock, which way the rock's curling, how to get the most out of movement while also keeping the distance that they need available to them. Great sweeping.
Shot. Bill. 可以。站青科。青科。线。
Because it's in front of the T line, important that they don't bounce off based on the line. Little tap, little roll.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was keeping it for that. But I think we can maybe get the nose.
How much you got, Carter?
Just all of it.
Not all of it. Sorry.
Not all of it, or you got all of it?
I thought I had all of it.
I like it, Pat. I think it's good sweeping ice.
Yeah, I did too. I'm wondering if that's too much.
I would say maybe right there I'd be
Really like that better too.
just through, eh? Back 12? Should be real close.
Back line.
The conversations that John Morris and Pat Simmons have are so positive, really moving towards the goal always, looking at their options, discussing the ice in a really positive way.
And this is the first year they played together, and actually only the second event with Pat as skip.
Yeah, just
Not
an
even a
incredible-
second full event.
Yeah, just an incredible adjustment, and the dedication to the goal as a team is really impressive.
So Pat's going to play a quiet weight, try and get to the nose, and
Yeah, I think just enough weight to get the Chinese counter out of the rings.
Whoa.
Almost
Never.
hacked.
Never. It's out there, boys.
No. Whoa!
I think we want to
Roll
try to
for
stick
second
it.
if you can.
Yeah, no, we're dead.
Okay.
well, just one of those where you couldn't really do much with it either way. You sweep it, you might just tick it over. There they were hoping maybe it curls.
Yeah, unfortunately, where Pat slid with that rock was just the wrong spot to do anything with.
A little more weight than what he wanted, or
Yeah, maybe a touch more. I do think that was pretty close to the called weight, just to get the Chinese counter out of the rings. But you know, it's frustrating when you make the shot for the other team.
and now China in a position to try and generate a deuce. They can wrap another one around.
Yeah, the score of 2 is actually really available for Team China.
他找上来了。
因为你这边咱们没投啊，但是这边线路都很好，五区赢他边那俩的。
最好是卡着那个。
They had a couple options here to either split the rings and draw to basically where the broom placement is. But with that, they realized that makes the choice for Team Canada to play this corner freeze. So they're playing it before Team Canada gets the chance.
So we'll get a look at the hog-to-hog time as well on this one for Zhang Jieliang.
可以放一放吗？可以，
So anywhere, even 15 will be close.
Yeah. So that's all there on its own. Shouldn't require any sweeping at 14.8.
Well, I think it curled enough at the end. I don't know.
Should be skinny half.
Yeah, you got more than enough what you need.
It's impressive that they just go and look at this. They know this is the option they have to go after it. And the whole team's on the same page. They're talking about the other end, what they're playing.
Yeah, this is the easiest shot for them. They hit half a rock, and you for sure get rid of one of them. The one thing is, if you hit it a little thick, you may run the back Chinese stone into one of the. You may have a jam.
Well, final stone, Pat Simmons without the hammer, a blank first, facing 2 Chinese stones. Made some great shots yesterday, needs one right now. Second end, get by, and we'll pick the one out. So able to get the one. They're hoping to get both of them.
Yeah, they had the angle on both, but just they swept all the way, right away.
No, yeah, we needed thin half. I wanted to mention something to you because it was one of those where it's a little thinner than you think. Yeah. Because you hit about a thick half, and it didn't touch at all.
And that's talking precise, a thick half to a thin half.
Yeah, well, that's the difference of making the run double or just the run.
And leaving the open shot here for Zhang Jieliang. Looking to draw, get a second point, and an early 2-0 lead. A lead they also had yesterday against Norway.
Yeah, they did it in a different way, though, against Norway. They stole.
And they'll guide this one right in, as it is China who strikes first. They use the hammer, the blank first. Open draw gets the second point, and China leads 2-0 through 2 ends. Here it's draw 4 action from Halifax, Canada. back inside. Here's, you're watching live coverage of Canada taking on China from the Ford World Men's Curling Championship in Halifax, Canada. A 2-0 lead for Team China. Canada has the hammer for the first time in this game. Luke Coley with Dan Swisshelm talking you through this one. It was a skip's deuce in that second end.
It sure was. It was set up by an unfortunate shot by Team Canada, and 2 really nice draws by Team China.
Line's good. Line's good.
It's good.
So first stone in, corner guard. We'll look over, keep you up to date. Finland, Scotland, 1-0 Finland. And 2 Finnish stones there. And Ewan McDonald give it the steal in the first. And trying to, looks like make the double and roll out. Try and get a blank in this. But will not spin the top one out. And a steal, and the struggles for the Scots continue. Ewan had a rough go last year at the Worlds. You see frustration showing already for the 3-time world champion.
Yeah, almost every end out there, the Scottish skip has been looking at multiple counters for the other team. So that leads to a tough go in the first couple of games so far.
Very good. All there right now. Looks a tight line. Looks a tight line.
So in our feature game,
Keep it out there. Come on, Carter.
lead Nolan Thiessen, trying to freeze to the Team China stone in the 4-foot.
Gotta go hard, hard.
Really working this stone to get around, and it's just not going to happen for him. Just underthrown by a hair. Sweepers were on that most of the way down the sheet. Lots of traffic in front of the rings. China going to try and create a little more traffic.
这样可以，我感觉还行。
看一看，看一看，
脖子
可以调整
下
线，脖子，形态力量够不？
够，没问题。23之间。
Well, it just takes that one early miss by a lead stone, and all of a sudden they're going to have to make a double peel or a run. I think for Canada they are congested. They're lumped together.
Yeah, it looks like that last stone thrown by China, they're going to have a hard time getting that one out, but they might be able to pop it out to the side and come across the top. Yep.
Oh yeah, on this side it's jamming, yeah.
So why don't we just try to tap that for now? Okay? Then it'll open up that double peel if we need it.
Okay?
Even the straight raise isn't bad, eh, Carter? 'Cause if you keep your shoe there, then they can't come in there with another draw.
So just tee back 4 weight.
Yep, back 4, yeah. All there, back ring! Back ring!
4, back 8! Yep. Hard! Gotta go!
Other way!
Whoa, hard! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa. For weight.
Well, they want to tap this one as we'll jump over as well on sheet D. There's the Czech Republic, Japan, and the Czech Republic lying 1, their final stone. Position here, play a little tap. Yuri Sneedle looking for their second win, taking on Japan at 2-0.
Yeah, just looking to move a stone a couple of inches.
Well, go tap, tap,
Score
move it,
2.
and there's a deuce. They'll confirm it, and it is, so 2-1. The Czech Republic leads. Yusuke Morizumi and Team Japan. They're through 2 ends over there. The tap over curled for Canada, and a little touch of that guard. The tap over curled for Canada, but it actually worked to tap that one behind the corner. China chasing it, touches the front, and look at this one.
Just by a hair misses that hit and roll to the back forefoot.
Board weight, Carter. Want to hit like 2/3.
Basically want to hit where the center line meets there.
Yeah. 2/3, Carter. 2/3 is what it's supposed to be. 3/4.
Yep, yep. High! Whoa! 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 No, 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 no.
Well, looking to just bump this one.
Watch this one. Watch this one.
Try and spin the red in if they can.
Go, 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 go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's good. That's good.
Well, they'll spill another red stone into the rings, opening things up.
Yeah, nice shot, changing the angles.
Tight slide again.
Well, we'll look over. Another big game. Norway taking on the U.S. Norway had it set up for a while, and then the U.S. and John Schuster able to get things set up. Has one back forefoot, pardon me, and a draw here to the forefoot for 2.
Yeah, they just need a little bit better than full 8 to hang 2 points on the board, make good use of their draw shot challenge, 1 hammer. And second, Matt Hamilton taking care of that rock. Right onto the button.
Well, just guiding that one in. Goes in, so 2-0 the U.S. leading Norway. And of note, Thomas Ulsrud and Team Norway looking for win number 72 in his World Championship career as a skip. That would tie him all time with Andy Capp.
Yeah, for all-time wins at a World Championship. And I think the odds are good that we will see that out of the reigning world champions from Norway, that Thomas will get win number 72 and probably 73 and take the top spot all by himself.
Looking
John Morris looking for a run back double here.
And over curls and sits in front, still shot stone.
I thought it was a hair full.
It's hitting. That side has more curls to it than coming this way, than the intern coming home.
As John's father, Earl Morris, the team coach, Rick Lang on the left there, and Tom Sallow's just out of the picture. Their alternate, as they sit on the player and coach bench. Just below us, a stone's throw away from us.
Team China looking to make this hit.
Well, hit, roll underneath the corner. They want to stick around.
Look at Li Hongshan, coach for Team Canada. I mean, Team China.
Board, Johnny.
It's got to be happy with Team China having a 2-0 lead on the host nation, and sitting in a really good position right now.
Clean, yep.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yes!
Whoa! Yes! Whoa!
Hard!
Well, they didn't want to have it roll out, that quiet weight. Morris is able to control that one. They almost lost it there.
Yeah, that's really great shot.
It was important not just to keep the shooter there, but not have the stone they were raising roll out in the open.
Yeah, and it's forcing Team China to play the run back, which allows the setup for that score of 2 using the skips rocks. So even if Team China makes this shot perfectly, Team Canada's got a great potential setup to score 2. Just by making a couple simple draws.
Fourth stones here in this third end. I'll get one, get the second. Run back made just like that.
It's just that easy.
Just the 1 stone side of the 8-foot.
Yeah, and Team China made that so beautifully. It actually took away the easy draw.
再往那边翻一点。你那时候找到1/3一大半。
Might not be able to quite
Right
go off
there
that.
with Hack,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Then we got a whole sheet to roll to. Hack
Yeah.
Can I wait?
Hack
So for you curlers at home, taking a good look at Pat Simmons and his setup, all of his choices are very specific. He repeats them all in the same manner with the same rhythm with every rock he throws, and it's really just one of the keys to being a fantastic player at this level.
Weight's good.
Down if anything.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa!
Whoa!
That weight's good.
No! No!
Clean.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Well, Carter said they have the whole sheet to roll to. But did they go, is there a hole down the center line?
I know.
I just
Now-
didn't want to give him the nut to lay buried, right?
Yeah.
I just didn't want
I
to give him the
do
nut.
think, Ann, that it is a good look there, available to just,
向前面看啊。
not an easy one, but you can get,
Nope.
get through, make the hit. Visually, this will be a tough one to look at.
差不多。
Yeah,
你
and
过不来也是2分，坚决一点。你刚才都找一个了，咋样？
deciding whether or not there's a hole, and then deciding what weight you need to throw to get through it.
够吗？就刚才那就找着了。
So it looks like they've gone with the run back, although that may be ice to get through the hole as well with hack weight.
正常。刚才还是3秒。不是，刚才找的位置。
Well, 7th World Championship for Zhang Jieliang, Chinese skip, but his first time in this role as a skip, throwing 4th stones.
Yeah, and just throwing very steady, making lots of great shots yesterday and so far today.
Well, playing the run back, figuring throwing his own back in there, and he will peel it out, meaning chance to score 2 right back.
Yeah, and you know, the disappointing part of missing that peel on the high side like that, on that run back on the high side or the outside of the rock, means it opened up the draw and made it a fairly routine shot for Team Canada in order to score 2 points here in the 3rd end and tie
When was
this
the last
game
time you
up.
threw draw?
First time I threw that freeze,
Yeah.
everything feels
We
more
swept it
keen,
the whole
if not
way.
a hair keener than last night to me.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
So we've seen the rock clock before. We're looking for about 14-8 to 15-5, hog to hog.
This will be a path that they threw in practice. That was obviously a few ends
Line's
ago.
good.
Line's tight if anything.
No, line's good.
Yeah, you got back.
Has to
You
hit
got
the
back.
rings in
Line's
order
good.
to count that 2nd point and tie things up.
Yeah.
Just keep her clean. Keep her good clean, boys.
Time should be pretty close there, 14-7.
Pat, nice goals, buddy.
Well, right down to it. So, as you can tell with the crowd, Canada gets their 2 and a 2-2 game. We're through 3 ends here, the Ford World Men's Curling Championship.
Good. I like that throw.
And back for the fourth end of play in our feature game. Team Canada versus Team China. Team China's got the hammer after Canada scored 2 to tie the game 2-2. Lead Nolan Thiessen's first rock. Looking for just top 4, top 8 foot.
Hey, we're just talking for the, just because it doesn't give me current just as much as the prior.
Well executed. Wang Chinbo playing 93% for the tournament so far. Really has done a nice job, this 19-year-old, setting up the strategy for Team China.
这边滑啊。
4，抖，再抖，
应该
再抖，
能挺。
应该能站上。
呀。
哎呀，还走呢。行 ，OK。
And that corner guard slips maybe a hair deeper than Team China had wanted, but still in the free guard zone. A look at Nolan Thiessen playing at 92% for the tournament.
Might need to curl. Might need to curl.
Weight's all there.
Great battle at lead
Tight guard.
here.
That's probably okay because it needs to curl a hair.
It's a foot out. It's a foot out.
Line should be really
Well, early in the event, still just the 1-game percentages, but still, Nolan will expect to be at those numbers through numerous ones.
Nice, Nolan.
这边是。还行。
Well, good pair from the Canadian lead as we look over. Finland, Scotland. Scotland trying to get on the board, trying to get a deuce. Looks like an opportunity now for Ewan McDonald.
Yeah, Scotland's sitting 1 as he throws this last stone. Looking for a little bit better than full 8 foot. Maybe a piece of the 4 in order to score 2 points and tie that game up. Maybe even breathe a little bit of sigh of relief there for Team Scotland. There you go.
Well, that's a big one to get on the board, and a game, if you ask them, they probably expect to come out and want to put a W up at 0-2.
Yeah, most definitely. So back to our feature game here.
What do you like? Does the hit and roll make any sense?
What do you like, Carter?
Can throw a high guard.
Or high guard.
That or a guard?
Yeah, or a long guard.
Yeah, on this side a bit.
Yeah, we like it.
I like that.
Yeah. 1/3.
And that was great teamwork. It looks like Team Canada is going to take advantage of that great positioning of lead stones.
Yeah, it's definitely. Just clean them.
Line's good.
Well, Carter also at 92%.
Almost half.
Line's
Almost
good.
half.
Whoa. Doesn't need to curl, guys. Whoa. Sit. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa for everything. Whoa.
Okay.
It's good.
It's a good spot.
Well, looking to clear the center now.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to make a lot of really good things happen with a good shot here by Ba Dushin.
Whoa. Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Trying to go a little over the top, catch that second one. No, jam it on the side one, and basically that hit and roll that was the other Canadian option they had talked about.
Yeah, it was just made. Now I think they do the same thing. Yep, and the same thing for Carter Rycroft. Nice high guard.
I got, yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
Line's tight.
I don't think so.
Hard, Harley. Hard, hard, hard.
Hard, Harley.
We're over. Okay, whoa. Whoa, longer the better now.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yep.
Okay, whoa.
Good, good.
Well, that one,
strike.
tire
Great
guard.
shot.
Just
That's
putting it out in
information
front,
we
making
need,
it tough to get at that one top of the button.
Wasn't sure.
Those shots are really hard to throw, where you just put them over the hog line.
Yeah, you got to flirt with not getting it over, and
Yeah.
Becomes an expensive round to buy when you buy one for everyone in the building.
Yeah, especially with the really nice crowd here at the Scotiabank Center.
Whoa! Whoa! Hard! Hard!
Very nice opening of that one. Just to clear things up, and as we see that, Czech Republic, Japan, third end over on sheet D. There's the scenario. Czech Republic is that one back. 4 foot, looks like lying 2N.
Yeah, it looks like they're lying 2.
Weld right on the face, I think.
Top 4, bully, top 4.
So Yusuke Morizumi will have to just play the straight draw, take his 1, try and tie the game up. They scored 1 in the first. Czech Republic got 2 back in the second. Japan, one of 2 teams that sit at 2-0.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Clean.
Top 12!
Just one. They know they can come down to it, hold the line. And a little tap. They'll get their 1 and a 2-2 game. Sheet D, Czech Republic and Japan. Well, our feature game, Canada-China, after the peel there, cleared those stones off the top of the 12-foot. Canada draws around. Now, Zhao Duja, 80%. In their first game, a loss against Norway.
Yeah, and that release, he just set it back a little bit.
And just misses that one top part of the rings.
Yeah, you could see it come off his hand, and he just put a little bit of outward momentum on that release and took the sweepers right out of the play.
And in this position now, with those 2 in the rings, is Canada's looking in now in a steal position. They this late in the end.
Yeah, and
the
steal would be set up by John Morris throwing a really good guard here.
Halfway, 2/3.
Okay, that's
Little bit of room. Little bit of room.
room right now. Line's pretty good though. It's
Little
got
bit
a
of
curl.
room.
Got a curl for sure.
Go in your end. Whoa.
Real tight.
2/3.
Yep.
Hard, boys, hard.
Gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta go. Every inch now.
Hard. Hard. Good.
Pretty good.
Sorry, about 3 feet heavy. That's good. A couple feet heavy on you, buddy.
Well, they're able to put that guard out in front.
Yeah, now the stones are a little bit closer together, and this gives Team China a chance to make.
You can get all 3 with this one?
I think you can. Just depends on the stone that's being run.
Well, running that one in and will miss everything. Just narrowly misses that one on the button. Zhao Duja. We'll look over sheet C in Norway, USA.
Ideally, we're
US up 2-0. Thomas Ulsrud, pressure's been put on against this Norwegian team.
Yeah, they need a piece of the button in order to prevent a steal by Team USA here in the third end. Sweepers are right off. Lots of line.
Have to get a piece of the button here, facing a couple. And wait, not bad. They just couldn't really sweep it because of the line, and it doesn't curl. It's a steal of 1 and a 3-0 lead.
Real tight.
Whoa. Line's good.
Line's good.
Foot short.
2/3. 2/3.
Whoa.
It's got to finish it here.
Almost in.
No, line's good. Whoa, no.
Whoa.
It's got to finish. It's got to finish.
What do you want to do with it?
Stay close.
Okay.
Don't leave him. He can. Okay.
Well, just a little more weight and ends up just sliding just into the house.
That's just heavy.
Yeah, just a little too much weight there.
Is it triple there? I guess right on the nose. It's close. Huh? 把这个往外甩点，这个过来了，对吧？我把这个稍微往外甩点，这个。打他原心那个呢？把往外甩一点。不是，我这个一打，把那个拿走，上前面一个。我感觉打原心的好像，把往外甩出来赢的那个。
So Team China taking a look at all the angles, all the possibilities.
Just sizing up the angles to try and make that. I think the triple might be a possibility with it coming into the rings.
Yeah. Those stones are close enough together. If you can get the angles right, I think you can get all three moving and out of the rings.
看点头，要是没准呢。
Well, 80% on the tournament. They're one game played so far. Needing. Big shot facing multiple Canadian counters. Got 1, 2, get them all moving, but only gets rid of the 1. But opens up the 4-foot.
Yeah, it does open up the 4-foot. It'll reduce the chance of Team Canada
Okay, let's try not to jump
stealing more than a single point.
Another look.
Just a little late on that sweep call.
Need
so
to catch
close.
it going in a little bit more on the other side of center line.
Just a little bit thinner on the top one. And you would have had a little more momentum. For sure, the back two would have gone out of play.
Speed-wise, what do you think?
I think it'll be pretty quick.
Be same as
your outturn.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So a chance to wrap one. Had a little heavy on his first. %. 11-10 win.
In an extra end last night. There were scores of 3, a score of 4.
There was a deuce in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Mind a little bit.
But the one in the extra that won it.
Yeah, all he needed was 1 for the win.
Just for line. Just for line.
It's got room. It's got room.
Whoa! Sit. No, Carter.
Well, that one comes down right to the top of the Ford logo. It has to be moved in order to get one. I don't know if they're going to be able to throw enough to move it back. Is it overburied that guard?
It's overburied, and I think Team China needs to concede the 1 here. The steal of 1 by Team Canada. That was a beautiful shot. Weight communicated all the way down. Look how close it is to that guard.
Well, and the late finish that you're seeing, that rock just diving across the center line.
Yeah.
To get in behind, and a good look. That's what's faced of Zhang Jieliang in his final shot. Draw down to it. Get the 8-foot, and you cut it down to just 1 for Canada. So final shot.
力量，可以放吗？
可以，还可以，
可以放。哦，
可以下线。
下线换。
线路一点问题都没有。
没问题。
Is there a side piece of the button? Is there a side piece of the
button? They're seeing if they can. They'll come down to it. They'll chip, roll off.
Is there a side piece of the button? Best shot ever, says John Morris.
Right. That would have been shot of the week.
Right.
Well, I believe it doesn't quite get there with the reaction, but it was a valiant effort, as there might have been just enough room, but it'll be a steal, and 3-2 Canada with the lead. Well, a 3-2 game as both skips. Pat Simmons, Zhang Jieliang. Pat giving the tap of the broom after this shot. Thought he was close to making it. It's a shot to try and what I thought was just to cut it down to a steal. And here he was looking to try and score.
Yeah, just draw around a zone on the top half of the button and bite part of the pin.
Well, it just rolls off a little bit. It tried to spin at the end.
Wow.
It was tough to really get a look of what it was, but just that red one. And that close.
Yeah, that one was tight.
So nice respect out of Pat Simmons there to
dead tight, he said?
the rookie skip from China, Zhang Jieliang, for that great effort.
As we look over Finland and Scotland. 2-2 is the score. And Aku Koste, his first time with the hammer in a tie game.
Yep, with a fairly open draw for a score of 3.
Just when Scotland gets something going, it goes away from them. They can't put the end together that they need, and just needs 8 foot. And this finish skip gets it to the 4 foot, and you can put 3 up on the board and a 5-2 lead for Aku Koste, and the Finland rank with the lead.
Good shot, though. Good shot, though, partner. Good shot.
As they are right next door on sheet A. We're on sheet B, and centerline guard started off and one in behind.
The best row is last end there.
Chinese stone deep in the rings.
Yeah, the Canada guard, that's a play we're starting to see in the odd ends going away, trying to manipulate the hammer, create a forced situation. China has by drawing around under a little deep. That being short force is really in play. China's going to need a run back.
It's pretty good weight.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Little bit for line.
Back 8.
just for line.
Okay, line's good.
You want to tap
Little
it
bit,
line
yeah.
too?
We're tapping it.
Come on, come on.
Yes,
Tapping it a bit.
yes. Gotta go line, hard guys. Really hard, John.
Trying to go
Gotta go
right
hard,
down
John.
to it, all the
Hard,
way,
hard,
trying to
Rachel.
move it.
Just move it and be shot 1 and 2.
And very nice, able to get down to it. 1-2. Look over Norway, down 3-0 to the U.S. Trying to get on the board. Thomas Olsrud.
Sitting shot stone on the forefoot, I think looking to tap this rock. His own for the second counter.
Yeah, a little angle tap. He has one secured right now and looking to try and get that second one. Catch the right angle of this one. Get it into the forefoot. And right in, sits down. 2 for Norway. They're through 4 ends there. It's 3-2 USA.
擦到线，二，
线路没问题，好球。
过来就不能往发起。
Well, play to the center line now, and that definitely way Canada is trying to force the issue. Playing to the center of the rings. Freeze here really closes in the scoring zone.
Yeah, this is with that stone slipping behind the tee line for Team China.
I think you gotta go, John. Really gotta go.
If this stone by second, Carter Rycroft can get frozen down on top of it.
Whoa, 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 let it rub. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, did that touch it? It looked like it just straightened it up just a little bit. Still curled after.
Just touched the backside of that top guard.
Made that decision maybe just a hair late.
Yeah, now all of a sudden the forest is looking like a potential score 2 for China.
Whoa，体线，力量，体线，哇，
线路可以放，
可以放，可以放，
5，
非常好，好，我，
二，波子。
Well, this one also going to the center and
Yeah, a little
dives
bit.
onto that one.
Yeah, team's getting surprised a little bit by the speed there.
Well, even if you nose it though, I wouldn't. You gotta go crazy for the.
Yeah, nose isn't bad either. Yeah.
Kind of weight, John.
No.
You want the one?
Yeah, sure.
Same spot you played this one 2 ends ago.
Yep.
Yeah!
Hard.
Catch it a hair high. They can clip the one on the button, but nose, it over curls.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Good.
Good.
And just the nose will be the play.
Touch this.
Did you move it?
Something like that.
And we'll look over Czech Republic, Japan, and it is 2 right now for Japan.
Yep.
Double possibility, bring in those other red counters.
Yeah, there's a chance for Team Czech Republic to maybe score 3. He's got to make the double for 2 and keep the shooter. Looks like they may have a chance at 3 here.
You see Yuri Snittle, Czech Republic skip. Even 1-1 record so far. Well, get 1, make the double, but it jams, doesn't spill it far enough to get 1. And I don't, it is a single point.
Okay.
Sneedle unable to get the big end, but still puts a score up for his side. And a 3-2 Czech Republic lead.
And a sigh from...
And I knew he missed that opportunity to get that extra couple of points. You don't get those opportunities for 3-enders very often.
No.
So there, the single point put up by the Czech Republic.
You can run that back?
And they Move back into the lead, though. Move back into the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys.
So teams on our feature sheet
every
being
rock
challenged
here
by
is
this,
big.
Yeah.
this spot
Going
ice.
to the center, they're
And the
really
thing is, we don't need
getting
to
caught
bury
off
it.
guard.
Like,
They
even if we're half buried,
it looked like China was trying to go around everything into the 4 foot,
I would say it's a couple
but it ends
feet
up
heavier here.
on the center line as a tight guard.
I'd agree.
I'm gonna give you T-line.
Yeah, so as Team Canada third, John Morris just was saying, every rock is finishing really hard here in this spot.
Whoa! Too much room! Whoa! Whoa!
Line's good.
Top 8.
Line's good.
Wait's close.
Line's good.
Gotta go.
Line's good, boys.
Gotta go.
Line's good.
Easy, easy.
Let it.
Finish it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go on. Yeah.
Yep.
Hard. Hard. Get an edge on edge. Hard.
I just want to take away the inside so there's
Okay,
no
is it?
roll. And they went a lot further outside with the path on that one, and it didn't curl quite as much.
Yeah, John added a little bit of extra rotation as well, almost to kind of cut through maybe some fresh spots of ice on the outside of the sheet. You know, with that, it holds a rock a little bit straighter.
Joe.
提前好，力量大，
This is the one from now or two.
力量大，
不要特别大。
传了，
Clean. Hard. Oh. Whoa.
They want to try and get anything inside,
hard, 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 hard.
but they didn't throw a lot of weight at it. And second shot for Canada, and not a lot of room to get another score in there.
Yeah, that was a
We just play it with
curious choice because it actually made the rings a little bit smaller for Team China.
We could just do this. Is not pretty good too, you know. But if you do make it right through, you keep our shooter right there, and there's room to squeeze it to here.
The thing is you'll be opening this up right now. Right now he's got a real tough time
That's why I
getting
just
two.
like hack though, Carter.
That's why I like T-line.
That's why you like what?
T-line, back 4, back 8. I mean,
Yeah.
or you can play hack, and if you touch this, it's okay.
That's the thing, yeah. Because hack weight, we're still only going for just high side, which is would put our shooter in a perfect spot, right?
If you touch this,
What about hair less than half? I don't mind it. But I like kind of back line.
Okay.
I think so. I think back line, John.
Kind of wait.
He's got a shot on both sides.
Back
Like,
line.
Oh no, this is hard to get past this one. But it is there.
Yeah, he's got both sides. So just back line, wait.
Okay.
So they're playing a
Gotta use the
tap
sweepers on this one,
Pretty
eh?
much just want to miss that yellow one.
Yeah.
tap through traffic.
This has been
Well,
curling
this
pretty good.
just figuring out what weight you wanted to throw at it for Pat Simmons. He was just the options of John wanted to play about a hack, and Carter talked about quieter, and just that combination of trying them. Pat, being the mediator, says, I think I like in between the two, somewhere between. Try and tap that red one, not fully exposed, but about what they can see.
Hair more.
Try and tap it.
Yeah.
This is that spot where this entire end, both sides have got caught.
Yeah, rocks have been finishing hard and weight has been coming down. Kind of once it crosses the far hog line. Almost all the rocks in play for Team Canada's first skip stones of the fifth end.
light.
Down.
Line's good.
Back 8, back 12.
Down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow! Wow!
Back 12.
No! 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 No!
Well, they jumped it early. Did they straighten it up? Trying to come right through. And just will chip it through.
With that weight in that spot, because everything comes down, eh?
Yeah, that wasn't close to weight, but such a difficult shot, such a precision shot that it had to have perfect weight and perfect line.
The question is, where do you go to try and get in there for a second point if you're China now?
Yeah, I think that in-turn draw to the side of the forefoot. That side of the sheet is a little bit straighter, so they may be thinking that that's not available to them. They've got the red-yellow tap. Well, with all the rocks they've seen on this side of the ice and the hard finish of the stones,
This draw here, and I threw like positive.
Zhang Jialiang, the skip from Team China, is elected to throw the counterclockwise rotating draw.
Hopefully not. If he doesn't
If
lie,
he hears the guard with back four, he can lie too. That's it.
maybe, yeah. Which isn't good, but.
Well, going out to this out-turn side, and saw John Morris is going out a little bit straighter. Zhang Jialiang, Chinese skip. Just waiting for it to make its move. And I think they're just trying to sweep it by now.
Hard. All right, keep going.
Yeah, just overthrew that a little bit.
This one here, right?
That's probably the easiest one.
I think it gets.
顶的有点大，顶的有点大，力量。
Sort of hit what you can see.
I don't know, John. It's going to drag. It's going to.
Because Pat, it's hitting it right here. It's hitting it right here, which is going to be like a quarter. I think it's going to get a quarter of this. Right? Because you're hitting it right into here.
That'll be close. You're right. It'll be close.
It's going to hit about I think it's going to hit about a quarter.
Boy, I don't know. It's going to come this way a little bit, though, eh?
Yeah. But we want it to. We don't. I guess we don't really want it to dead knot, right?
I mean, what else is he's got this tap and he's still got this draw, so okay.
The yellow, red onto the yellow. So the one where the broom is on the splitting center line, try and catch it on the left-hand side. Go a little thin, try and go across, catch the red onto the red. And the question is where they're hitting to try and spin this one in.
Yeah, and it's just whether or not that back red stone will draw, kind of come back in at the right angle, whether or not it will drag, which means pull in the direction of the running stone that's coming at it, or not.
Well, I'd really like to see him hit this one close to that, just to see how the rocks are going to react.
Yeah.
His final stone of this fifth end has a 3-2 lead.
Whoa!
Jumped it early. Did they oversweep it? I don't think they overswept it. I think they hit it pretty bang on.
Yeah, that was pretty perfect.
It's so tough with the angles to know where you need to hit it. Catch it and use their own in the back.
Yeah, that great draw by Carter Rycroft.
They actually caught it a little thinner than what they saw.
The rock in the back of the 8-foot by Carter Rycroft early in the end.
Really bounced back.
Frozen.
Really bounced
Using the Chinese stone as a back guard. Holds on. Now Team Canada sits 3 with a ton of rocks in front of the rings.
And since Pat Simmons came into that skip position for Canada, he has just had a sense of the dramatic and making those shots.
Yeah, and there's a great quiet confidence of communication between John Morris and Pat Simmons that is really great to listen to. So we've got the red, yellow tap here. Tough shot.
Facing multiple stones, and he can't overthrow it because you overthrow it and have too much weight, you could tap it through.
Yeah, if you hit that on the high side, there is a chance that you can
tap the other red in if you hit the wrong angle of that first one. So we'll see what this rookie
huge
skip
shot here
is made of with his final stone.
11，走，走，直线路，
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
A mistake on his first, overthrew it a bit. Now catch the right line. Did they wait too long? Tap it, do they have enough to cut it down? And they will just cut it down to a steal of 2 for Team Canada.
Yeah, that running stone looked like it almost picked something in the rings, and it really came up short.
Well, a disappointing fifth end for Zhang, but to the delight of the crowd, Canadian side steal 2 points and lead 5-2 into the fifth end break.
What you thought you were doing was just picking that one?
Yeah. You misjudged.
Over to Finland, Scotland, and we take a look at the situation. Finland, that one right on the top of the button. Scotland trailing 5-2 after giving up 3. Ewan McDonald just get by the front. And does he have a chance here? Is it 2 maybe?
Yeah, I think he's looking for a delicate tap on the stone on the top of the 4-foot top of the button.
But just catches it too thin, and Ewan McDonald will give up the steal, and it's 6-2 on the fifth end break of that game. And the lineup change hasn't seemed to make a difference for Scotland. They trail by 4.
So taking a look back in the third end, Team Canada with an open draw to set up a score of 2 and tie the game. (2-2). And in the fourth end, runbacks by Team China were missed by just a hair and set up a tough situation for the last stone for Team China. They have to draw the side of the pin.
Man, that would have been the best shot ever.
Yeah, and just missed. Team Canada with a steal of 1 there after a great effort by Team China in the fourth end. And after a great triple run back by Team Canada's Pat Simmons to sit 3, Team China tries with their hammer to play a double tap to the button. And just comes up a hair short. Team Canada steals 2 points in the fifth end to take a 5-2 lead into the break. Updated scores on our other sheets.
You saw that Finland team, they steal another one, so they're up 6-2 over Scotland in a battle of 0-2 teams, while the U.S. up 4-2 in their fifth end break against Norway. And the Czech Republic slim lead over Japan 3-2 as they play in the fifth end.
throwing a few rocks there.
It's keeping up too, right? It's not bogging
So far, really good. Yeah, it's full. It's better sweeping ice today. Like you can be light, easily get it there versus having to worry about it slowing down. Eh?
And the Briar wasn't quite that good, was it, for sweeping ice? Like it wasn't.
Someday.
Well, Ann, let's look at these numbers after 5 ends. 5-2 the score, obviously, and percentages not surprising seeing the Canadian side, especially that last end, just outplayed the Chinese side.
Yeah, they outmaneuvered and outpositioned and then outshot Team China. We'll take a quick look over on sheet D, the last rock of the 5th end, and Japan looking at
2 for sure, possibly 3, and
Czech
trying
Republic
to
stones.
make the double off those and go through, but he goes through and will miss the shot stone.
Yeah, it was a great play to play the tick-tick squirt through the hole, looking to just pick the one off the forefoot. Really great vision by the Japanese skip. Unfortunately, just misses by a couple of millimeters and allows a steal one by the Czech Republic team.
So 5-2, our feature game, Canada taking on China.
Looks heavy to me.
Luke Coley and Swiss Elm, the Ford World Men's Curling Championship. Thanks for tuning in.
Got to curl a bit.
And it's the same situation that China was in yesterday. They're down 3 points, and they have the hammer coming out. And Norway in their game yesterday, as Thomas said, was a little bit rusty. They weren't able to stay in the defensive mode.
Yeah, but if you remember from yesterday's game, this is the end that caught this 19-year-old lead from Team China. With the ice speed gets a little quicker after that 5th end break. The pause and the running of the mops creates a little bit of quickness in the ice surface. So you've got to be careful here in this spot. Looks nice. The sweepers are taking good care of it down the sheet. That's a really great rock there by the lead from Team China.
Look at the numbers. 92% in their on the tournament, 86 in the game. Nolan Thiessen.
Don't make a pocket, though.
Yep, putting the play right into the rings. They've got a significant lead.
Through.
Nolan, a big baseball fan as well, actually played college baseball. And when in also curled in the World University Games, gold medalist there. So quite a long list, along with a world championship in 2010.
Yeah, baseball, curling, lots of doubles. Lots of similar lingo between the two games. An all-around athlete, Nolan Thiessen.
Wallen was hoping to hold the shooter there. Wang Chenbo peels it, rolls out. Now the corner guard's going to go away. We saw a similar, it was a similar 6th end that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like Team China might have wanted to stay a little bit more on the offense, being down by 3 points with the hammer in the home ends. I think that was an opportunity to throw a second guard or freeze to something. If you
That's a good throw. Just curl. Yeah.
Now all of a sudden the landscape is looking fairly bleak.
Well, it's tough when you're down this point, this stage. It is only 3 points. You want to try and get a deuce back. You see the numbers for Ba Duxian, lower at the 2nd position. You're just trying to. You don't want to waste the ends. You only have 5 remaining. You want to utilize the hammer when you can. And right now, not doing just that by rolling out on the last lead stones for Wang Chenbo. That one sliding in. Either way, it was going to be removed by Team Canada.
I think a nose is too bad.
That's a good end to blank.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Good end to blank, boys. Good end to blank.
So John running through the math, good end to blank. Force Team China
Is that
to
the
really
even ends you're thinking of blanking?
Well, here's the thing. Team Canada does not have the hammer in this situation. If they force China to blank, then all of a sudden China's going to have to go hard for their score of 2 in the 7th end, and that gives Canada the hammer in 8 and 10. So John going through really smart math there, helping his skip make some choices. Unfortunately, they did hit and stick instead of peel.
I talked about that spot peel or curling on the peel, and they're trying the peel, nosing it.
And now Zhang Jialiang back on track, putting some rocks in play.
I like the call. Try and use that one top 12 foot as a guard. It's you can get that finish to curl around something, and there's a perfect look.
Run at the double if you miss the run.
Yeah, you've got to use what you've got.
Freeze or running.
What do you like?
I like the run.
Sort of like the run. A little safer, eh? This should run nice and straight.
Great numbers by John in the game and tournament. Looking to run this one back. And will just miss it.
Sorry, Pat. No worries.
And just that nose is what got him into this so far. And didn't miss it by much.
No, just a little bit on the outside.
Who shot?
I'm not sure. I didn't look. I didn't look.
Big difference.
3、3、3、clean，拨到丢线。
Zhao Duja,
我力量够。
Team China.
哦，不擦了，不擦，先不擦。
近一点。
拨到下线，好。
And Zhao was the alternate for Liu Ru at the Olympic Winter Games.
Yeah, where that team had a fantastic run at the Olympics and came up just short of the medal.
Puts the guard out in front. Now stepping into the 3rd position with Zhang Jialiang, who was the lead for that team at the Olympic Winter Games.
Yeah, one of the most experienced players out there, but he is a rookie skip here.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
You're good, boys.
Clean.
Good.
So straight peel.
Seemed like John had a little extra juice on that one.
Yeah, you threw it through the curl.
Yeah, they just said you threw it through the curl. So there's lots of different ways to make shots in curling. Lots of different releases. It's a lot like golf. How you hold the club face, how you bring it through.
4、得心脏，掉线了。3、3，均匀行不行？
John definitely had a little pop in that last throw. And this stone is just over curling.
Well, opening up that one in the rings. Well, getting into skip stones, do you want to stick around with this and lie 2?
Pat hinted at hitting and rolling to center. Another look at Pat's pre-shot routine.
Does have the broom out to the side. Actually had to make sure the rocks that are sitting there don't get in the way. At one point in his career, tried to switch to a little more traditional way, but didn't quite work, didn't feel comfortable.
Whoa! 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 Clean! Whoa! Clean! Whoa! Clean! 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 Whoa! Clean! Clean!
Quieter weight.
Whoa!
Nice throw.
Make the hit and sit there.
Yeah, this gives China a chance to just freeze.
You want to get a hair out? You want to get a hair out?
I don't know.
What that?
Well, a couple of stones they can freeze to.
Yeah, those rocks behind the tee line, if you can freeze to the inside. It's helpful angles, but I think Team Canada will have a way to get at that stone. He might need to freeze right to the face in order to.
Well, got to make sure they hold the angle. This one over curling, and it won't be shot. Didn't look Canada even factored that one in there about whether it was shot or not. They're going to blast it.
Yeah, the choice is really simple here. And actually, I think, you know, it might be in Team Canada's best interest that blank is still in play. They can get rid of...
Kill both of those.
Both those stones and lose the shooter with this and force Team China to the blank.
Well, get both of them. Do they roll their shooter out?
Now all of a sudden,
now it's
better than blank. Listen, you know, keeping a positive attitude, playing the rocks as they're thrown and as they lay. Great.
So catches a good chunk of that one as
Yeah.
Pat Simmons rolls over.
Needing full 8 or better. Zhang Jialiang, stone is away for Team China. Sweeper's working this. Looks like a shot. Right to the forward logo. Well done.
9 yellow.
Well, 5-3 after China able to get their one. Doesn't set things up the way they wanted. Here, Luke Coley and Swisshelm watching live coverage from the Ford World Men's Curling Championship in the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. A beautiful part of Canada, right on the Halifax Harbor.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day here, Luke. Nice and sunny after yesterday's stormy.
Well, they've had their fair share here in Halifax this winter, and the action on the ice heating up. Hopefully, like a lot of people outside are hoping, the weather turns. They're thinking they might get their summer come July to get the golf clubs out.
Yeah, we heard that from some of the locals yesterday, that they were hoping to get on the golf course by July. We hope that it's much sooner for all the residents of the very welcoming town of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And Team China in a situation being down 2, playing in the 7th end. They're going to go hard for their steal.
Do you see 2 centerline guards from them in the end?
Not with the placement of that rock. It's right in the center. If they had put one tighter and one a little bit higher.
Wait only, though. Line's good. Line's good. Wait only.
Line's
Wait's
fine.
real good. Top 8.
Little tight now.
That's too high.
Too light. Light.
Gotta be full, almost full 4 here. Hard. Hard. Go. Keep going, Carter.
So nice rock by Nolan Thiessen.
Doesn't slide.
Taking the control position in front of the forefoot, top of the rings. Really consistent, steady delivery out of all the players from Team China. Now it's just about line and weight, and boy, that's really curling on him. That just jumped. A little surprising there. I don't know if that grabbed a spot in the ice or if just because their brooms weren't down and the rocks are curling or finishing really hard here in this beautiful arena.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Clean. Yeah.
A perfect weight stone by Team China ends up coming out the other side and giving Team Canada a chance.
Whoa.
Good.
To hit and roll.
多大？
1半。
踏板11。
11。
这个可定着。
So Canada's still in a good position there. Putting the pressure on China. They have the hammer here in 7.
7八。3。Whoa. 3。Whoa.
Look over on sheet D now. Keep you up to date. Czech Republic and Japan. It is Yusuke Morizumi. Does he have a chance? Can he kick that one straight across the side for 2?
I think he's looking to score 3 with this double. Going hard.
Well, they hit. Do they roll and sit around to get 2?
They do.
They were shot stone at the top there, so they get 2 to tie it up. Not the 3. They could have been a possibility.
Yeah, and they almost didn't score 2. That was a riskier shot maybe than they thought. But they do tie things up after 6.
Well, Canada playing the peel. A little unfortunate they catch their one on the button, move it out.
Hey, Carter, I'm thinking over the top.
Here's a look, playing the peel. We'll catch the side one and carry them into their own. But right now, it's a defensive mindset. If you can set up your 2, it's great, but you don't want to give up a steal.
Yeah, it's just to keep things simple for Team Canada, and now all of the play is in the rings. Team China's going to put Rock out in front, try and create some traffic in front of the rings for them. Slides a hair too far in that position.
Play it aggressive for the roll. You stick it, you stick it.
Throw off! Solid! You roll out, you roll out!
Solid control, is that what he's saying?
Pat doing a little dance there with the indications. He still has a voice. Normally he'll lose it by this point of an event.
Yeah. So the primary goal is to get rid of that yellow stone. The bonus for Team Canada would be to keep the shooter around and bite on the top of the rings in a scoring position.
What's that jam over there?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, hit and roll over.
Okay.
They talked about getting a force in the last end wasn't bad. This end, if it ends up being a blank, it's not awful because then you get the hammer into the 8th end, and it's always trying to line up those the hammer even ends near the end of a match.
Yeah, I think Canada would be thrilled with a blank here. I think that was probably their goal from the beginning of the end.
上去4-5，站站2，2，
While trying to freeze to that top one and keeping the angle that if it is a little thin, it could go onto that back one, but because of the way they are, there's not a lot of jam possibility with this.
Yeah, no, I think this goes easily out the side. I think you're going to see an empty house after this rock is thrown by John Morris. He might be able to hit it a little thick and keep the shooter in play.
Whoa! Clean. Whoa!
Well, and they all go just like that. Big weight, thin over the top.
John Shooter hit so hard it popped over the boards and onto the carpet.
Went over the foam.
Yeah.
So nothing in the rings. Drawn to the center part of the house, even maybe a center line guard. Thought they might try and freeze to the back one. Out of the rings right now, not a lot going on. So we'll look over Finland, Scotland. 6-2 Finland controlling and lying shot stone, but Ewan McDonald has a chance to make a hit here, score 2.
To tighten that game up to 6-4.
Scotland desperately needing to get something going. They tried to mix it up, get a different lineup, bringing David Murdoch, their alternate, Olympic silver medalist, past world champion, in his third. No, hasn't made the difference as they still trail.
Now Team China is looking at freezing to that stone in the back corner of the house.
Zhang Jialiang.
He is going to the center. So I missed that discussion. He's going to try and throw a center guard.
4、5、5、6、5，上去啊，上去，上去没问题。
Or may conceding that it's going to be a blank in this one. It's a tough scenario as they throw that one. We'll look over and see U.S. lying 2. Norway, Thomas Olsrud. As they hit to score a single point, cut the lead in half. U.S. has put the pressure on Thomas almost every time look over at this game. And the open hit and the stick, and it's a single point, so 4-3. as they head to the 7th end there.
So the only decision for Team Canada is which turn to take here on this wide open hit.
I think nose is probably preferred as opposed to rolling out, allowing China to freeze to that back one.
Yep, yep. Hard.
Clean. Hard.
Hard to stick it. Hard to stick it. Good.
Good.
Well, little roll, lie one. See how aggressively does China try to roll over to the side? Closer to it, maybe bring a jam into play?
Yeah, I think with Zhang Jialiang's choice of drawing to the center of the rings, he's just conceding the blank on the end. So, you know, at this point, going really hard for that roll. There's no harm to it.
Clean. No. Whoa. Whoa. Up.
Also the nose hit, and now try and put the blank on the board. Pat Simmons, Team Canada. So final shot here, Pat Simmons, 7th end looking to put a blank up, retain hammer, and the 5-3 lead.
Gotta go. Clean.
Thiessen, Rycroft, guide this one right into your
It's
view.
a brave
Is that one
cameraman.
rolls out?
It's a brave cameraman after seeing the rock jump the foam.
So a blank 7th end, 5-3, Canada still on top.
Good end to bring up.
Well, back inside the Scotiabank Center here in downtown Halifax, capital city of the province of Nova Scotia and the eastern coast of Canada. China taking on Canada here in our feature matchup, Luke Coley and Swiss Helm.
Yeah, now you're going to see China go go very hard for the steal here, set up the steal. They'll throw double center guards, I think, from here on out.
And a 5-3 lead. Canada deciding not playing a tick. They're going to draw into the rings, and that's their defense of it. Different teams will different do strategies.
Watch it. It's T-line. It's T-line. No, top button.
Full four. Top four. Top four.
Yeah. Wait for
Looking in right next door, sheet A. Shot stone on the button belonging to Scotland. They need something to go their way, but a chance here. Double could be made. 3, you can hold your shooter, maybe even 4. Might lose one of the back ones for Aku Koste.
Yeah, I think you've got to hit that pretty thin.
The finish skip.
Might lose a couple of rocks here.
Well, push that one out and push it far enough. Will they get 2? It is just for a single. So the skip out of Helsinki, Finland gets 1 to go up 7-4 over Scotland and Ewan McDonald. The play of Scotland, one is end.
So really strong performances out of from Scotland. So, you know, they're making every effort in their lineup, trying everything to get into the win. And today's a one to do a little bit of a reset on the OSU. Some textbook shots happening. And team by Nolan Thiessen.
Who knew?
你就不搬就行。
没有磕，
没有，
他也基本上都踢不了。
但是他给的点就是磕的点。
Those two lined up nicely by Nolan Thiessen and a little chip off of it. It slides in for shot stone.
Yeah, it actually creates a more difficult zone out there on the ice so far.
Easy, whoa!
Just want to peel this one out.
Just a little bit wide.
It's a great shot.
不看吗？
我刚才那基本就没有磕，这个还是。
We'll look over Norway, USA, and US up 4-3. And the hammer here going wide. There is a biter in the back part of the rings as well that they want to try and bring into play. So trying to play this quiet, make the hit and stick around. Will make the hit. Do they stick in the rings? And with the salute, can't see it, but the reaction does stick around. And a 6-3 lead. Well, another come-around attempt. Rubs off the front. Now it's an interesting spot of what Pat Simmons does with it.
Yeah, it was just a, you know, I think that rock's actually in a really good spot for Team China.
So Rycroft will peel the top one. Is this just the case you want your opponent to make that shot, the more difficult shot? Right now, you're still lying 2 in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, but this gives Team China some angles and control of the front of the rings. know, so a nice down weight, little tap back to a freeze.
Well, just a little bump, push that one back.
Really nicely executed by Team China there.
Well, we can do two things. We can do that, or we can do this double. I can't nut jam that.
It's not as good. This is better, I think.
Okay. I can nut jam that.
You can, I know, yeah.
Then they got sort of two guards, right?
Yep. Well,
that's the best result.
Well, as they discuss, look over sheet D, Czech Republic, Japan, and looks like shot stone for Japan, top of the 4-foot, but behind that center line guard. So no way to get at it that way. I think after decision, draw down, just try and get one.
Yuri Snittle looking for a piece of the button for a single point.
Well, Snittle trying to get, as you saw there on the right, the double made by Morris, while the shot here from Snittle coming down, just too much weight, comes down, and they'll take a look. And it looks like one for Japan, so a 5-4 lead after 7 for Yusuke Morozumi.
Making a comeback over there on sheet D. Team Japan hoping to hold on to their undefeated status atop the leaderboard.
We know one team will stay undefeated at the top, and, well, it could be second place if Japan wins, but Italy at 2-0 as well, tied with Japan coming in.
Yep. So after that fantastic run double by third John Morris, Team on
and a double peel, make him go away.
And nailed it.
On it.
These expectation kind of after the peel, jammed stone, spinning right over the top of the rings. And
look at the routine of Zhang Jieliang. Chinese skip. Trying to wrap this one around that stone, top 8-foot.
yeah, I think the idea is to put one back 4. Line looks really good.
Well, they want to get behind, but also be shot stone, so it didn't have a lot of room to work with, but a solid effort there. Look at the draw numbers lower for Zhang, and Pat Simmons had a couple of shots early with his draws that bring those down.
Yeah, but has really played a very steady game. And the great triple run back to sit 3 and set up the steal at 2. Broke the game open so far for Team Canada.
Well, make the run back and stick it.
And open up the whole forefoot. Really open up the scoring area. That was a great result for Team Canada.
Yeah, knows he's got to play the run back. Even if he makes it and keeps the shooter there is great. Outstanding that he rolls away, able to do that. Now China's forced with a decision. What do? You try and freeze the back one. If you don't make it perfectly, you may leave a shot at 3. Or do you try and hit roll off the side one, roll over to the in front? Like, it's not an optimal situation trying to force or steal.
No, it's a really tough situation for Team China. I think you've got to freeze where you can be shot stone. You know, the best way to get a force, if that's your goal right now, is to freeze to the stone in the back of the rings. You know, ideally, if you could be shot stone and frozen on the rock on the side, that's what you do. But that is not available to Team China right now.
Okay. 8、9、9，力量没问题，力量没问题，持续，
可林，
只是线路可以掉，
线路没问题，可以掉一掉，
掉一掉，脖子，
Well, looking to weld this one on right to the back. Take it all the way. Does it have enough steam to get there? And it won't. We'll see. And now Pat, chance to come down. And you play it, try and make a little hit and roll off it to score 3. Could peel it, just score your 2.
Yeah. It's a nice spot that would be nice and gradual.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like control, I think.
It's good to me, bud.
Just control, guys.
Yeah, I like that.
Just kind of gradually move over there.
So Canada with an excellent chance to take 3 and take a significant lead into the final 2 ends of this game.
Pat Simmons. First objective, get rid of it. Second, to stick around. Put the triple up.
Whoa. Clean, whoa. Clean, whoa.
Well, make the hit. And will it sit? It won't stick around, but it's still 2. That's a lost point, but still a 7-3 lead for Canada. Pat Simmons knew that was the way. He wasn't going to make it perfectly. Just hit and roll out. He has a 4-point lead, 2 ends remaining. Well, Pat Simmons, his final stone of that 8th end. Has the hit and the stick to try and score 3 and almost seal this game, but Pat Simmons will hit, roll out. And that'll mean just the deuce, but still a multiple score from Canada. Their 3rd of the game, and a big lead is get you set here for the 9th end, and we will have a lineup change for the Canadian side as Carter Rycroft will take a step back and Tom Sallows will step into play.
Right on the button. Right on the button, guys.
Keep an eye on it. Looks there to me.
T-line. Hey.
Looks there to me.
Not deep, but right on the button if you can. Line's good.
This has got to be a great moment for Tom Sallows to step onto the ice and get a chance to throw rocks at his first World Championships.
Yeah, Tom out of Grand Prairie, Alberta. Good friend of the players and was brought as the alternate to the Brier, the Canadian Championship a couple weeks ago. You get to experience playing at a World Championship on home soil.
Yep. Winning as Team Canada, going to Worlds as Team Canada, playing Worlds in Canada. It's got to be just a really spectacular feeling.
Okay.
So with the 4-point lead, Nolan Deason gets to throw his rock 2nd stone through the rings. A favorite shot for Leeds.
Sorry, man.
Means you're winning by a lot.
One of your favorite shots.
Yep.
Doesn't go down as a shot, though, for percentage-wise, but still, nonetheless, I won't complain about not having to throw that one in this scenario. Trying to move to 2-0. Important that they didn't overlook a young Chinese team in this game, as they do have a Sweden team in the wings for this evening. Nicholas Edin, a former world champion. And they'll play this evening. Jump over Norway, USA, and John Schuster made an outstanding final shot. Was facing 3, makes a great hit and roll.
A hit and roll to sit behind cover, and skip Thomas Olsrud needs to play a delicate tap, remove the U.S. counter in the back of the forefoot.
And just Olsrud hasn't been able to get it set up throughout, and will come down, just chip it over and roll out, giving up a steal, and now 7-3 after 8 ends. So we see Tom Sallows look for the peel.
Come on, Nolan.
Try and get it all the way across and out.
Keep going.
Great sweep by his teammates for the alternate coming in for his first rock of the game. That's a tough spot to be in, to come in cold off the bench after sitting there for 2 hours and throw your first rock ever at a World Championships.
And peels, you're a little bit cold. You get a couple slides, get loose, but you're coming with a hack quickly to try and peel that one out. As that one goes back 12 foot, trying to use what's out in front to protect those stones.
Yeah, that's a really great move by Team China. It's nice to see, take advantage of whatever you've got when you've got it. You're down by 4 points. You're going to need some misses out of Team Canada. You're going to have to take advantage of them when you get them. And
Tom's able to get that top one. Leaves still shot stone, top of the forefoot.
so Badushen looking to put a rock right on the corner of the rings.
They like it in, but also protecting that one back part. Trying to get something hidden. This Chinese team, after this one, will take on Italy tonight. Undefeated Italy, as that one slides a little deeper, but it is buried behind that guard.
Yeah, that's a great shot, and
Board.
it's a chance to, you know, if it's in the paint, it's got a chance to hit the scoreboard.
Look over Czech Republic, Japan. Japan 5-4. But Czech Republic line 2 already. Looks like a draw for 3. If I'm not mistaken over there for Yuri Sneedle.
Yeah, the last time we took a look in on this game, Yuri had a chance for 3. Just missed the double. Now he's got a chance to draw for 3. He's got to hit the side.
Well, they got to get past their own. I don't know if they come to their own, if that'll get them the 3rd point. A little chip, little roll, and
they got it.
It is good. So 3 for Czech Republic, trying to give Japan their first loss. A veteran skip and very much a student of the game in Yuri Sneedle. Has watched a lot of curling and basically helped build that Czech Republic curling association. Hoping to get a spot in the next Olympics is a big goal of that team.
Yeah, and that was a great play, great draw, nice call, and nice sweep for them to take 3 and take a significant lead into the last 2 ends of that game.
I could try to freeze tap that. I could. What if I just play a
tap on this and free this up?
Just and if we could ever get just to the inside, it would be perfect. Eh? Okay.
So just like back 12. Okay.
Tommy, you get this.
Tommy.
That's all China wants, trying to force Canada into these type of shots as opposed to peels.
Back 12.
Yeah, you want them playing difficult angles, as difficult as you can make them, and as precise as possible.
Just a sliver less. Back 12, boys.
I got maybe a shade light.
Clean it, yep.
Whoa.
Yep, the line.
Yes.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Oh, got to get past their own in the top, trying to just tap it a little bit. Get by, and they'll just sneak by. Great sweep. Thiessen and Salo is able to get that one by the top 4-foot.
That was an incredible sweep. Just all the way.
We had Tommy in there, eh?
Nice throw.
So much pressure, so much speed on those brushes, right in front of the rock.
Now that's a good angle.
It's better. Not out of the woods yet, but it's better.
And I'm like, I just got to throw it harder. I was just not extending. I'm thinking it's just going to carry, and it just doesn't.
OK，扎也不扎呀。
Well, Canada lying 2. It is China with the hammer here. 9th end of play. Last a 3rd stones. Zhao Duzha.
8-9，二8-9，2，
发去粘，
2，
看下地上，
8，
粘，
Trying to freeze to that stone that John Morris just threw.
They're trying to get by. They'll just come down to it. Little tap. Trying to use stones in play in order to try and generate some offense, and a valiant effort so far here.
I don't want to set up a pocket, but
What kind of weight are you thinking?
I'm thinking like same thing, kind of solid control.
Sure. I'm in.
Right?
So I think we either want to nose it or a hair high, right? We've
Right.
got options high,
Right.
too. And if we not jam it, it's not bad either.
No, that's fine. With that weight, that's fine, I think.
Okay.
I'd like to hit, ideally, I'd like to hit like 2/3
Perfect.
kind of thing, right? So this should curl a little bit gradual for sure,
Okay.
right? So
Already thrown his bat.
So using the angle they have that red one, short little slash onto that yellow one.
They're called control weight, which is a nice down weight takeout shot.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wanted to hit 2/3 of that rock.
Over the top. It's just worried about leaving a pocket. Now I think China is sizing up what they have for angles to, if there's a double or even a triple, to try and roll it over. China discusses. We'll jump over to sheet C. Norway, USA, 7-3, the US on top. But Norway and Thomas Olsrud, a chance to score 3. That's the thing we've seen early on from the US. They've scored big ends, but they've also given up some.
Yeah, with a couple of great shots by Team Norway and some half shots by Team USA, all of a sudden, it's a 1-point lead. Good news for USA, they've got the hammer coming home in the 10th end.
So a 1-point game there. Norway looking for a 2-0 start. Well, US trying to get their first win. And they will use the one timeout they're given. During the timeout, they would come down. Decision made. And translate. Figure out what the call is.
You know what? I think they're going to freeze to the nose of the rock right on the button and hope that Canada changes the angles on them, plays a hit, and in Canada's favor.
Just trying to freeze to it and see what Canada does. They'll bounce just a little bit.
And it gives Canada a chance.
Very hard to do that, John. I'd be happy to real. So, okay. And even that,
I'm with you, 100%.
I think out turn tight ice and let him hold it, eh?
Yeah.
So they're looking for a nose here. In the best scenario, drags into removes the second Chinese counter. So
Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 No.
Well,
one's falling
Pat's
off
last.
the center line a little bit.
Hard, John.
Try and spill that yellow out, get it far enough, and they'll get it out into the 12-foot. Lie 1-2.
Just needed to curl a little bit.
I thought it would come up a hair, but it didn't.
Boy, yeah, really straight, eh? Loved it the whole way down till it hit. I think it's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, I think only way to try and get 2 is a thin double, like redirect off of that
Yeah.
stone in the side of the 8-foot.
头一个吧。
Broom there, draw for 1.
Yeah, it looks.
Or trying to play it real quiet and just cross the face a bit with it.
The other guys can't see it. We'll have to get one of the guys to keep checking that, though, like roam around, and because it seems hard to believe.
6-7。
So final stone, this 9th end. Zhang Jieliang looks like just a straight draw here for a single point.
Yeah.
可以磕吗？
磕不着，掉大了。
Well, right down into the 4-foot. And the button, get the single point. So 7-4, China cutting into it. Still a 3-point Canadian lead and the hammer.
I like the tap. 准备时间呢，他从自己这准备1分钟。咱俩变球员，咱俩变球员。
虚大呀！这样。
Well, the 3 multiple point scores for Canada has helped them to the 3-point lead as we play the 10th end. Now Canada has the hammer in this 10th end. 2015 Ford World Men's Curling Championship from Halifax, Canada. The wonderful confines of the Scotiabank Centre.
And Team China's got the uphill task battle of stealing 3. And the way to do that is to throw corner guards and get some misses from your opposition. The reality of this is you really do need to have misses.
And with the 3-point lead and the corners, they're trying to tap this one to the back part of the rings.
Yeah.
Don't want to hit roll for a second. Hard, 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 hard.
Now they'll tap that one to the wing. We'll see if it stays in play. And it will, so the guard goes back out in front. The shooter will get pulled.
Yeah, so that's a violation of the free guard zone. That rock just really over-curled on Team Canada. I think they were pretty surprised. It looked like the weight was close.
Look in over now. Czech Republic, Japan 2-0. Japan trailing by 2. Here facing a couple. Can he try and bring those other ones? Lots of yellows in the rings, but I don't know if he can bring them into play. Yusuke Morizumi. That back red is welded onto another one, so I don't know if it's going anywhere. Looks like he's going after it, though.
Going hard after it to hit just a hair and redirect.
Loves to throw these big weight. Finn. Reaction thought they liked it, but they'll jam, they'll look and see. And will we see a measure on this one? They're not sure.
Keep chirping.
So it is a 1 red and a steal, so a 3-point lead, 8-5. Czech Republic over Japan. So the 2 corners in our feature game are up. The come around made, now peels will start.
Yeah, just straight peels. Keep the shot simple.
Yes! Hard! Real hard! Gotta go! We're okay. Got a boy, Tommy. Good throw.
Nice shot by alternate Tom Sallows, who came into the game in the ninth end for Carter Rycroft.
Dushin try and put the guard out in front. China needs to steal 3 just to tie the game. But just slides in, leave a chance here. Make a double.
We've seen so many times that spot coming home on that out-turned corner guard just slip into the rings. And this is across the sheets and across the teams. It is
well, I'm just going to peel the 1. Actually, we'll catch it thin, make it that way.
What a shot.
Sure, in Pat's face, he's got a little smirk because he wasn't calling it that way. He was just indicated to just get the top one, and he gets both of them. Take another look at this one for the Canadian alternate.
And it's the tick double.
I just saw Pat look up to the player bench and wave at Carter Rycroft, who's been up there and said, indication, get comfy up there. So just the 1 guard out in front and another come around.
Yeah, but for all you curlers out there who can see this, this needing to steal of 3 in this last end, if you need to, the corner guards are a really interesting way to do that. You know, unfortunately for Team China, that last stone of theirs slipped into the rings.
Now is using the corner guards to try and line multiple counters and...
Yeah, and force, you need a miss out of your opposition's back end. If you need 2 or 2, maybe even 3, right, to steal
Absolutely.
3 points. So you want to create the highest level of difficulty. And also on this arena ice where it curls just so much, well-placed corner guards can take away a draw to the forefoot or make it difficult. So it was really a great play by the Chinese skip.
Nice peel. Wait.
pretty simple game plan for Team Canada.
Yep.
Removing opposition stones, now just 2 remaining. China lying 1 in the house right now.
Way to go. Feel better this game.
7，只是力量8，
稍微大一点，还可以。
没问题。只是力量。
Well, the draw into the rings. Right to the center, and just back button. Simmons will go right up the center line, center of the sheet.
Is that the end?
Yeah.
Out. Out. Out.
Simple takeout for the win. I think you're going to see quite a bit of weight on this shot. They're going to take all the ice elements out of it.
Clean, yep. Stay on it, yep. Hard, hard.
That's,
Well, making the hit.
yep. And
We'll remove that stone, and that'll run China out of rocks here in this 10th end, and Canada will improve to 2-0 with the 7-4 victory over China.
Nice play. Good luck.
so a nice salute from Pat Simmons, skip of Team Canada, to this very supportive crowd, very happy crowd.
Skip me? Hey, we gotta get out of here pretty soon.
So we're going to take a little peek in here at the last couple of rocks of the 10th end in Finland versus Scotland. Scotland's pulled within 1 point. Team Finland has the hammer. So taking a long look at sheets C and D. Looking on sheet D, the Czech Republic.
Ten druhé vidět víc o něco.
The last stone, second to last stone for Yuri Sniddle. Needing to remove either one of the Japanese stones in the rings. Oh, and just ticks them further underneath the corner guard. And a nice shot by Skip Akukoaste from Team Finland. The good news for Scotland, with their one rock left in order to tie this game, they've got 2 center guards and a chance to put a rock underneath the cover and steal a point here. Skip Ewan McDonald's rock is away. So this leaves Team Finland the opportunity to draw a little bit better than full 4, just full 4 actually, for the win. After throwing the big weight run takeout on his last shot, Akukoaste needs the perfect touch and full 4 for this win. Just tie game, and we've got an extra end here. Scotland really fighting back after some disappointing losses yesterday to get a chance at an extra end here against Team Finland.
Well, look here, the line score, an extra end needed, a deuce in 9, a steal in 10. Scotland forcing the extra end and hoping that they could make this a turning point to their week, possibly.
Yeah, maybe
they
they're
have
on
to
a
win
roll.
it first. They have to try and come back. So we look, Ewan Byers, they lead for Team Scotland. Well, looking to, they'll try and put the 2 centerline guards. Let's see what this Finnish team does as we look over. Yuri Snittle in Czech Republic, an 8-5 lead. His final shot facing 2 underneath the corner guard. So Snittle, his final stone, looking to play the angle raise.
Yeah, the angle double, because Japan needs those stones.
Got to get both of them out. Get one, spin them both out, and that will do it. So the angle raise, takeout. And there's the celebration. Yuri Snittle with the victory. Czech Republic knock off Japan from the unbeaten ranks. So Japan now 2-1. Czech Republic 2-1. Didn't make things easy on himself in that.
No, but made a great last shot for that win. So, back with Scotland, Finland. Looking for a tight guard here, directly behind the long guard.
Well, the tick shot missed.
Absolutely beautifully placed stones by lead Ewan Byers.
Well, and Ewan right up there, experience-wise, playing in his 6th World Championship. Of course, a longtime teammate with Ewan McDonald.
Yeah. And lead Anya Pitko trying to come around here, take control position.
So sits just top 12 footing.
So Rory Greenwood being asked to put a rock full 4, top of the button, underneath cover.
Rory, the youngest member of this team, just 23 years old. And the lefty trying to sink this. This is a possible game-winning point if you can put this in a good spot.
Yeah, it's really critical for the seconds rocks to be full 4, maybe even touching the button.
A big scrub won't get by. That's a disappointing stone because you really are looking for that to sink that one underneath.
Yeah, and this gives Finland a shot at opening up the top. And all the other rocks are really close to the rings or in the rings.
Polyamiz trying to peel this one onto the side stone. We'll just get the one, the high guard. You see it is that red stone that's shot rock right now. And it'd be a different scenario if that one was in the rings for Scotland in a steal position. Now putting up the high guard. We'll have to make that play a little bit later. Rory Greenwood, second for Team Scotland. That's his first international appearance.
Yeah, it's his first time. Maybe just a hair too much weight there, just a little bit deep. They were looking for as much separation as possible, making these peels real difficult. The way these rocks are lined up, there's a chance for all of them to leave the field of play. So great opportunity for Yamis here. A little wide, just going to get the top one. Maybe the one on the back of the rings.
And just the single stone catches that real thin.
So Dave Murdoch stepping in to play third in this game today.
Replaced Duncan Fernie in the third position. Making an early lineup change.
Yeah, just looking to change the momentum a little bit for Team Scotland. And having a player as experienced as Dave Murdoch available. Great shot by Murdoch there.
Well, this is David's 7th trip, and he's medaled in every previous trip to a world championship, 2 of them being the world title. Casper Hakunte. So Murdoch placed that high guard, last of third stones. Want this one just over, and then decide when you sink that all-important one in behind.
You know, I think you've got to wait as long as you can. You've got to exhibit some patience.
Just hoping for this one to die, so it's not leaving a double. Might have curled enough that the double...
Yeah, it changes the angles for Team Finland. And now they've got to take a look at them. This may change the turn.
So stick with the same plan here. The outturn peel, Hakunti. Well, and we'll jam it on the side one. Definitely closes that hole up.
Yeah, it makes that draw a little bit more difficult, but
well, 2 extra ends up on the ice right now, and it is Norway, USA 7-7 in that one, 7-7 in our game over Finland, Scotland. But Ulsrud needs to get shot. He's facing 3. Looks like an outturn, maybe get just to the inside of that yellow American stone.
Yeah, and just freeze and take part of the button.
Yeah.
So needs shot stone or that game is over.
Hard top. Hard på linje. Hard
Well, on the right-hand side, we'll see Ewan McDonald draw around.
Yeah,
An important steal point there. Well, and the sweeper's back right off. We'll tap that one up. The U.S. will win. We'll get 3 without their last. Meanwhile, Ewan McDonald, an important shot, needs to be button, trying to get a possible steal. And right to the button it goes.
Really a great shot. Great shot by Team Scotland.
And a big win for the U.S. They had a lead. They let it slip a little bit, go to another extra end. Really needed that one for their confidence. You lose 2 extra end games early. Ones where you've scored big ends and had leads would be devastating.
Yeah, and to play 2 of the most experienced and biggest teams here right out of the gate for Team USA. Significant to get a split, a 1-1 split. Now they're tied with Team Norway, 1-1.
Well, and they get Switzerland and Finland in their next 2 games in consecutive draws. So they'll be back on the ice tonight and then tomorrow. Well, timeout called. Saw the coach come out there, and he'll head right back up.
Yeah, Team Finland used that timeout for clock management as much as anything. So to give themselves a chance to discuss a shot and time to throw not only this rock, but the next one.
Aku Koste. Right through the hole, little chap, little roll off. And that little mistake could prove costly for Aku.
Yeah, I'm just not sure of the choice there. If you made a double peel on the top 2, you may have made your world a little bit simpler for your last shot.
That is certainly an interesting conversation.
It was one
and
of the
longer
discussions. You know, the coach's bench is a long way from the far end of the ice where that timeout was taking place. So you get travel time, the minute timeout, and then however much time you have on your clock. So after much discussion, they've decided to block the hole.
Take away the shot that Aku just played, force him to play the other side and something different where we've been following, but saying that a little bit trickier of a spot. So wanting to just take, wanted to take away, as they called it, the heater in the pocket, knowing that this red tap is the shot that will be played. That's what's left. Winner of this will get their first win. So what type of weight here, Ann? That broom looks like a hit weight?
Yeah, I think they're playing to hit as much of it as they can see. They know that a little bit of weight, all they need to do is touch the yellow. They just need to touch the yellow and...
So final stone, extra end. Aku Kost.
Looks pretty close.
And right onto the nose, and will stick it. They'll get their 3. And it is a victory for Finland, their first, and drops Scotland to 0-3 as Finland gets their first win against Scotland. A tough opening weekend for the Scots, and Finland will try and ride this momentum, getting their first win.
Yeah, nice release of breath by the skip from Finland in relief on that. And pride making that last shot.
And the excitement and the animation in it. Great shot to make the win. And Ewan McDonald looking for answers as they have yet to win in their first 3 games.
And a 4-point lead into the 9th end. In the 10th end, Canada runs China out of rocks and takes the win 7-4. Our other games, final on sheet A, Team Finland 10-7 over Team Scotland in an extra. Norway dropping to the United States 7-10 in an extra end. And on sheet D, Czech Republic with an 8-6 victory over Team Japan. Our standings after session 4, atop the leaderboard, Canada and Italy at 2-0. Czech Republic and Japan 2-1. Norway, Russia Sweden, Scotland, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United States tied up at 1-1. Finland getting its first win today over Scotland, 1-2.
Pat, the fifth end seemed to be a key. Talk about the big shot you made with your last.
Yeah, you know, the angles lined up. We didn't think we'd make it as good, or could make it as good as we did there. You know, the rocks, I guess, were just enough apart. It didn't really drag for us. It kind of almost had the reverse effect. So yeah, to get in there and kind of stick that one was a bonus. And you know, he made a pretty good shot. He was left with a real tough shot there, and he was real close. But that was certainly a turning point.
And you're going against an inexperienced skip at a world championship. Was there any key you were trying to be aggressive against him, or just play your game?
No, more play our game. I think just you know, we're trying to be patient a little bit and pounce on opportunities, and I think we did a pretty good job of that today. You know, I had a little bit of the case of the heavies early in the game, but then we kind of caught on and played pretty well after that.
And the ice seems pretty consistent, getting a good feel for it?
Real good, yeah. No, it's real good. You know, there's always little intricacies, but it's fantastic as usual.
Looking ahead now, you got Sweden tonight, a big matchup for you.
For sure, yeah. I know they're all big. You know, it seems like you know, everyone's capable of playing really well here, and so yeah, every game's important. Obviously, Sweden's a very experienced team, and you know, we expect that to be a really tough game for sure.
Good luck and the rest of the way, Pat.
Thank you.
A little different from last night.
Well, that will wrap up Draw 4 from Halifax, Canada. For Ann Swissell, myself, Luke Coley, and the entire crew, thanks for tuning in. We'll have more coverage for you later on today and throughout the rest of the week from Halifax.